Primetime Kevin Lee introducing Cameron Starr, and we're back here at New Revolution Wrestling, the best of 2006. There you see Cameron Starr, and I am joined by Rachel.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Rachel. How are you tonight?
Good, thank you. It's good to be here.
Wonderful. So tell me what you know about Cameron Starr.
Well, not much. I remember him from his Portland wrestling days, but other than that, however, watching this show really takes me back because I was here for the first ever NRW debut event.
This was the first ever NRW show, Friday, October 13th. Friday the 13th, an ominous night for some, but not for New Revolution Wrestling, as they kicked it off in style. Cameron Starr taking on Hans Mueller in the first round of the Pacific Coast title tournament.
Cameron Starr sure has taken on a new look since then, since he's joined up with heartthrob Eric Hansen in the Pacific Coast Blondes.
Cameron Starr has changed quite a bit, I would say, in the last couple of months since joining heartthrob Eric Hansen. In the royal family, the great dynasty, I don't even know what you call it now.
Well, I'm really not sure anymore now that Nate the Great has kind of taken on a co-role as their manager, along with Katrina Royale.
Katrina Royale showing up after an absence of a couple of weeks and spraying Quiz in the face with some Aquanet hairspray.
And here we see Hans Mueller, and I'm a little sad that Hans Mueller is no longer in NRW. I really thought he was going to go far.
Last time I saw Hans, his knee was injured, looked like beyond repair to me. I do not envy the guy for what the OWO did to him. And getting back to the matchup here, Rachel, this is really when you start to see an aggressive side of Cameron for the first time. You know, as you said earlier, Cameron had been in Portland Wrestling. I've seen him in CPW. He's been around the Northwest for a little while, and this is the most aggressive I've ever seen him in his entire career is when he came to New Revolution Wrestling.
He may be very aggressive in this match, but I still think he kind of bit off a little more than he could chew. Hans Mueller is a very large man in size, much larger than Cameron Starr, and I think he was a little out of Cameron's league in this match.
Well, you know, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog, and you cannot underestimate Cameron. He was trained by Colonel De Beers and Playboy Buddy Rose, and you know that training extends far beyond just technical work. They taught him the mastery of his own mind, I'm sure.
Well, that's true, but, you know, experience goes a long way, and it goes a lot further than training, I think. You could be trained a million times over, but if you don't have the experience to back it up, then you're not going to be able to pull out a win in your matches. I do not know too much about Hans Mueller. It sounds like you know quite a bit more. I am not up on the Dusseldorf and Munich scene over there in Germany. Can you tell me more about Hans Mueller? Well, I'm not saying I'm Hans's biggest fan.
Well, you're certainly marking out for him here on the NRW Best of 2006. I assume you know a little bit more about the man.
Well, he has been wrestling since 1999, I do know that. And I do remember him also from his Portland wrestling days, in which he did go further than Cameron Starr did.
See, I don't watch that show. Nothing against any of the guys that wrestle there, I just don't like cartoons. Back to the action. Cameron Starr so aggressive in this match, just trying to destroy the knee. It seems like everybody was after Hans Mueller's knee in the short time he was in New Revolution Wrestling.
And that's what I think Cameron should continue to do in this match. As you can see, he just went for the neck there. I really think he should have put more pressure on the knee right there.
Cameron just doing whatever it takes. He knows this is his opportunity to advance in the title tournament and become a heavyweight champion here in the Pacific Northwest. Not just the Pacific Northwest, but beyond.
Well, I think that's kind of Cameron's downfall here. He's trying to do whatever it takes to pull out a win, but it's not just whatever it takes. You have to be smart about it too. And by attacking several different parts of the body, you're not going to be able to take down a man as large as Hans Mueller.
That's a very good point, Rachel. You left me speechless. Look at that.
Cameron throws Hans back into the ring. Looks like Cameron's kind of got the upper hand here. Hans is trying to get back to his feet. If Cameron can continue to work on that knee, he can keep him down.
Hans, better watch out. You got to have eyes in the back of your head. You never know when Cameron Starr might sneak up behind you.
And here's Cameron. He's going for the shoulder here. See, I think this is a mistake. You need to continue to work on that knee.
Pretty loose with that clothesline. Hans ducks two of them and misses with that flying cross body block. And there's the intelligence of Cameron Starr. Managed to duck the flying cross body block.
The intelligence of Cameron Starr, or the lack of in Hans Mueller.
Well, maybe a little of both. Hans slow to get up though
It
here.
looks like both men are kind of taking their time, trying to recuperate here.
Something might have happened to him when he spilled outside the ring, but maybe just playing possum. Cameron tries for the double axe handle. Sunset flip over the top rope. 1, 2. Cameron manages to get out. But Hans is definitely not able to mount an offensive attack here.
Which is really surprising because of considering the lack of experience Cameron Starr has had and the fact that he's not just taking it to the knee of Hans Mueller and attacking several different parts of Hans's body. I'm really surprised that Hans hasn't been able to be a little more victorious in this match.
And I think we're going back to 1985 right here. He's hulking up. I think Cameron's in trouble. Tries for that sloppy right arm. Cameron is out of it, I think. He may have expelled all his energy in a huge clothesline from Hans Mueller.
I think this is it for Cameron. I think Hans should just cover him right now and cover him for the 3 count and just let it be over.
Hans picking him up, though. This could be a mistake. This could be the thing that cost Hans right here. He should have went for the pin.
Poor Cameron just looks like he's just hanging on for dear life.
But reverses the Irish whip.
Hans moves out of the way.
Rolls him up. 2, 3 count. And Hans Mueller wins the match and advances in the first round of the Pacific Coast title tournament here in New Revolution Wrestling.
I called it from the very beginning, and Cameron Starr's lack of experience has definitely taken a toll on him in this match, and Hans pulls out the win.
That's very humble of you. Unfortunately, you have to remember that I know and you know that this was pre-recorded, so you probably saw the results early before me, and that's the whole reason you picked Hans, I'm assuming.
Well, I think the egg really is on your face, Matt. Since the beginning of this match, you've been, this is the most aggressive I've ever seen Cameron Starr. Well, you knew as well as I knew. Hans pulled out the win in this match.
I was simply stating that as a broadcast journalist, and we're running out of time here. We got to go to commercial break. Back in a second.